Alright guys, it's Miss Butcher here again with another video for you. This new chapter is about rational functions, rational, like fractions. And when we do our rational functions, we're going to have to do a little bit of division. So today, this lesson is all about polynomial long division. It sounds hard, but it's not that bad, I promise. So we're going to start out reviewing our elementary school long division. Okay, so we are going to use long division to find 234 divided by 13. So what we're going to do, and sorry about the little mistake here, I know, it wouldn't let me erase it. We're going to put a 13, and then you draw a little house, and you put 234 on the inside. So remember, the numerator goes on the inside, the denominator goes on the outside. And then you think 13 goes into 23 how many times? And it goes in there one time. So you put a 1 up here. And then you multiply. You go 1 times 13 is 13. And you write it underneath there. And then you subtract. Remember, you subtract. 23 minus 13 is 10. And then you bring down the 4, and you say 13 goes into 104 how many times? And you say, well, it goes in there 8 times. So 8 here. Then you multiply 8 times 13. 8 times 13 is 104. And then you subtract, and we have nothing left. So we now know that 234 divided by 13 is equal to 18. Easy peasy, right? So now try 47 divided by 3. We're going to put 3 divided into 47. And then we say 3 goes into 4 one time. And we multiply 1 times 3 is 3. And we subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then 3 doesn't go into 1, so we bring down the 7. And 3 goes into 17 5 times. Oops, sorry. So we multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. And we subtract. 17 minus 15 is 2. And we have nothing left to bring down. So that means we have a remainder. So we say, well, 47 divided by 3 equals 15, and then when you were little you said remainder 2. But we're going to say 15, and then you just put a plus for an and then you put that 2 over the 3 that we were originally dividing by. Because if you have a remainder of 2 and we were dividing by 3, then you have 2/3 left over. So 15 plus 2/3. Just remember, you just take this denominator here, put it under your remainder. So that is the key to doing long division with polynomials. Alright, so let's try one of those. We are now going to divide 10x squared minus 28x minus 6 by x minus 3. So the rules are the same. We're going to put x minus 3 outside, and then in the little house we're going to write 10x squared minus 28x minus 6. And it's important to note that when you're doing this with the polynomials, you want to make sure that you have a spot for each power. Here we have the second power, and then the first power, and then the no power, no x. If there was anything missing, you would want to make sure you put a spot for it with like a 0x or a 0x squared or something. But in this case, we don't have any missing spots. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to look at this x, don't worry about the minus 3, and you look at this first term. What would you multiply x by in order to get 10x squared? You would multiply it by 10x. 10x times x is 10x squared. So I'm going to write 10x right here. I'm just keeping my x to the 1 powers lined up here. Then we multiply, just like in regular long division, only I'm going to multiply it by the x and the minus 3. So 10x times x minus 3, yeah, that's my dryer, I'm doing laundry, would be 10x squared. And then 10x times negative 3 would be minus 30x. And then just like in good old-fashioned long division, we're going to subtract. But please put a big fat set of parentheses around here and do it every single time. And then put your minus sign. And then remember, and this is what always gets people, you have to distribute that minus sign. So we're going to subtract. 10x squared minus 10x squared is nothing. And negative 28 minus negative 30 would become plus 30x. So negative 28x plus 30x is 2x. And then you bring down your minus 6, just like in old-fashioned long division. All right, then we are going to do the process again. We're going to take this x, and now we're going to look at this 2x. We're going to say x times what is 2x? Well, x times 2 is 2x, so we're going to put a little plus 2 up here. And then you multiply. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 3 is minus 6. And then you group it and subtract it. So 2x minus 2x is nothing. And negative 6 minus negative 6 is negative 6 plus 6, which is nothing. So we have no remainder, which is awesome. That means that 10x squared minus 28x minus 6 divided by x minus 3 is equal to 10x plus 2. That right here. That's your solution. So now let's try this one. X squared plus 3x plus 5, all divided by x plus 1. Alright, so we're going to put the x plus 1 in outside of the house. We're going to put x squared plus 3x plus 5 inside the house. And then we're only going to look at the x into x squared. Don't worry about the plus 1. X times x is x squared, so I'm going to put x right here. And then I'm going to multiply. X times x is x squared. And x times plus 1 is plus 1x. And then group it and subtract it. X squared minus x squared is nothing. 3x minus 1x is 2x. And then we'll bring down the plus 5. Now we look at this x into this 2x. X goes into 2x 2 times. So we put a positive 2 right here. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is 2, and we subtract. 2x minus 2x is nothing. 5 minus 2 is 3. And we have nothing left to bring down, so this is your remainder. And just like when we were doing this with the numbers, you just put a plus, and then you put your remainder over what you were dividing by in the first place. So it's x plus 2 plus 3 over x plus 1. That's your solution. And you can box that just like in the top of this division, just like that. Alright, so here's a fun one. Big polynomial, 2x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 5x squared plus 2x minus 3. Notice I have one of every power, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And then x squared over x squared plus 2x minus 3. So, on the outside, x squared plus 2x minus 3. And on the inside, 2x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 5x squared plus 2x minus 3. It's not as bad as it looks, I promise, because all you have to do is look at the x squared only and the 2x to the 4th only. What would I multiply x squared by to get 2x to the 4th? I would multiply it by 2x squared, because 2x squared times x squared would be 2x to the 4th. Remember, you add your exponents. So I put it there in the squared section, and then you multiply all three of these by 2x squared. So 2x squared times x squared is 2x to the 4th. 2x squared times 2x would be plus 4x to the 3rd. And 2x squared times negative 3 would be minus 6x squared. Then group, yeah, I know, the dryer again, and subtract. 2x to the 4th minus 2x to the 4th is nothing. 4x cubed minus 4x cubed is nothing. Negative 5x squared minus negative becomes plus, so negative 5 plus 6 would be 1 plus 1 x squared. Then we'll bring down our plus 2x minus 3. Since this is a trinomial, we'll bring down enough to make this a trinomial. Alright, so x squared goes into 1x squared one time. 1 times x squared is x squared. 1 times 2x is 2x. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Group and subtract. You can see that these are exactly the same. So 1x squared minus x squared is nothing. 2x minus 2x is nothing. Negative 3 minus negative 3, so negative 3 plus 3 is nothing. No remainder, which is great. So our final answer is 2x squared plus 1. And that's all I have for you. So just practice this in the homework tomorrow in class. I'll help you if you need some help. Read my little joke. I had to blank out the dirty words so your parents wouldn't get mad at me. But you guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.